Small pipes delivery to Block Gamma in Chernokamensk. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. We are driving our newest addition to our fleet, the Plaid 450, and we're driving it in the Amur Petroleum Company contract. Now, we've already done the Block Alpha, the Block Beta, and we're just finishing the last few deliveries of the Block Gamma. Now, when you leave the garage here in Chernokamensk, you kind of roll. There's two different ways. You're on top of a mountain, and there's two different ways to go down. One is to the left here, and the other one is as you roll around the top of the mountain, there's a place where you can just kind of shoot down the side, and you don't have to go all the way to the end where the road goes, with a lot of boulders on your way. So this is probably the easiest way to get down, I think, and once you do get down to the bottom, there's a road there, and the warehouse is just a little ways down the road. So you're right away, you are where you gotta be. Now, I've missed this turnoff here a few times because I just get so involved in driving this truck. I just love this truck. And then I miss the turnoff. But that's okay, that's not a problem. Now, we are going to put the Plaid 450 through its paces and see if it's as good a truck as the Avonhorn A15 or the Kenworth 963. Two of my favorite trucks in the fleet. And this guy being a newcomer, I thought we'd take it out for a few deliveries and talk about the ups and downs, the pros and cons of this truck as compared to the other trucks. Now, he only has a 2-slot flat deck on the back, just like the Avonhorn, but we can also install the crane, which is a plus, as he's decent on fuel and has lots of power. Now, the only truck that's different is the 963, the Kenworth 963, because he's got a 3-slot flat deck. Anyhow, this is where we go down, and you've got to try and keep the truck flat and run over a few of the trees. It doesn't really matter. Keep the truck as level as possible, but it's pretty easy because this truck has got a nice wide stance, decent sized tires, and is really steady. So as you can see, there is the road, and just up ahead there is the warehouse already. So the other real plus of the Plaid and the Avonhorn over the Kenworth is they both got chains. The Kenworth does not. So when you're driving on icy roads, which are all the roads that are not covered with snow in Amur, you're going to have a little bit of trouble with the Kenworth, but usually only when you're going uphill or downhill. Flats are not too bad. Now we're just going to back in and back right up to the loading zone, pick up our set of small pipes, and we'll be on our way. Now, the one main difference that I feel is the deal breaker between the Avonhorn and the Plaid and the Kenworth is the Avonhorn and the Plaid have chains, obviously. So when you're driving in Amur, most of the time these two trucks with chains are going to do better than the Kenworth. If you're driving in, say, Michigan or anywhere where there's no snow, then obviously the Kenworth is going to be a better truck because he's got the same power, he's got the traction, and he's got everything that these guys have got, only he's got a bigger flat deck, and he's got the crane. So keep that in mind. But here, where you're going to run into a few problems with, the snow and the icy roads, it's better to have the Plaid or the Avonhorn, especially if you only have to carry one load of small pipes. Why would you take the Kenworth for that, right? So that's why we're out with the Plaid today, and we're going to see how he's going to do. Now, he does pretty good through the mud and the snow. Is not really an issue for him. And like I said, the ice roads they make no difference to the Plaid. So as far as road is concerned, we don't have any issues with it. Now, the power, they're very similar in power, so all three of them are going to be pretty strong trucks. So there's no real discerning difference there. So basically what I think it's going to come down to is, where are you doing your deliveries? Where are you driving? Are you driving in the snow? Are you driving on the ice? Are you driving in the mud and regular terrain? And that's going to dictate what you probably should use. Now, there is one other little thing that's going to make a difference. The Kenworth has got a long frame, and hence the 3-slot flat deck on the back. The Avonhorn and the Plaid have short frames, and that's going to come into play here in a little bit, and I'll let you know when we get to that point. Now, as you can see, this is an ice road, but it's not really that steep, and it wouldn't make a difference anyhow, even if it was. The Plaid will just cruise right over it. Absolutely fantastic. I really like this truck. It's a brand new addition to our fleet, and like I said, we're putting it through its paces. We're taking it on several different types of delivery, and we're going to see how he's going to do, and we're going to try and overload him a little bit and see if that's going to make a difference, you know, down the road. And we'll just see how we feel about it. And I think that in the end, we're going to use them in tandem with the other trucks that we really like. You know, like the Avonhorn, the Kenworth, and the Zigsy 605R, which is another very capable truck. But we're trying to see how good this one is going to be. Now, driving over logs, I find, is always hard with all these different trucks. They bounce, and the cargo bounces quite a bit, but we make it no problem. And as we're coming around here, we got to go to the Amur Petroleum Company and get into it, to the block gamma part of it. Now, when we get there, you'll find that it's a little bit of a difficult place to get to. And they put lots of roadblocks up in front of you, but we'll be there in a few minutes here. As we're coming up the hill here, any of the boulders or garbage or trees or whatever's on the road doesn't really affect the truck. It adds to the beauty of the game, I'll tell you that. It looks absolutely fantastic, but it doesn't affect the way the truck handles or drives, especially even with these big cement slabs. I found with the Kenworth, you have to slow down with them, because when you hit them, a lot of times you'll take damage. So we're just going to go a little bit slower with this one too, just make sure that we don't take any damage, and see how strong the truck really is. Now, up ahead there is the facility where we got to go, and we've already, in one of the other contracts, delivered a 4-slot pipe. And I was going to drive in there and pull the trailer in. And then I thought about it, there's just no way you're going to be able to pull a trailer where we thought to go. And we're going to have to deliver another long 4-slot pipe later on, in the second phase of this part of the contract. And what we've done is we've taken the Western Star 6900 twin steer out of retirement, brought it up, excuse me, brought it up and already delivered one long pipe. And we're going to use it again for the next long pipe. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to pull the trailer in here, because a trailer in a truck is going to be too long, and the twin steer by itself is a lot shorter. And you'll see that later on in one of the other videos. Now, whenever you go in here, they have all these wooden shutters or fences, or I don't know what you want to call them, and these wooden boxes. And every time you leave the map and come back, you do have to it resets it, and you have to re-smash through them all again, which is okay. It's not a problem. But if you think that you could drive in here and pull the trailer through here, I don't think it will work. The twin steer can do it. I've already done it once, and I'm going to be doing it again. So I think the twin steer is the way to go. In the meantime, we just got to keep smashing through this stuff and get right back into the back part of this here. And that's where we're going to have to deliver. Absolutely awesome delivery. I just love this, trying to figure out how to get in here. Just fantastic. Anyhow, that's the contract, the task that we got to do with the contract today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some tips and tricks out of what you've seen. And I hope to see you back next time for the final delivery to finish the block gamma contract. So, anyhow, you have a great day, and I hope to see you back here again real soon. You've been driving through the snow with me, the Opafed.